On your left.
On my left. Got it. Don't say it. Don't you say
On
it.
your left.
Come on!
What's up, guys? It's Quinn.
And it's Alex.
It's Iconic Comic, and we are back with the On Your Left podcast.
That's number
four.
Number four.
So I just wanted to start this thing off because we've been trying to get into it, but we've been trying to keep our videos short. I want to talk about the fight a little bit more, in a little more depth.
Death.
There's not gonna hope to God there's no death in this fight.
Fight to the death.
A little bit more depth, because, like I said, we've been talking about it in a few of our videos, but we don't want to make 30, 40-minute videos. So, by all means, go ahead.
I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I have to say.
You used a good word today, spectacle.
It is legit. The press conferences, the fight itself, it is going to be a spectacle. Dude, could you imagine if they pay-per-viewed the press conferences?
People would buy them.
They'd make buku bucks.
Buku bucks.
They'd make so much money off that, but they're probably not going to be allowed within 5 feet of each other.
No, the face-off will be legendary. It will be legendary.
How
giant?
How much taller is Conor than?
4 inches.
That's
almost a full head.
That's a significant.
He'd be looking down.
So the stare down would just be like Floyd like this.
Like what?
His head is gonna look up.
Yeah. Describe it for people listening at home.
Floyd is just gonna be he'll be chin level, and then he'll have to look up, and it'll just look like he's like a child.
What if Conor patted him on the head or something?
Just like this, right on the top of his head. Oh boy, all day. And then he just, dude, I think they're gonna try and swing.
You know what we haven't talked about is who's going to be the ring announcer? Michael Buffer or Bruce Buffer?
Both.
Or both?
Both at the same time.
It's time to get ready to rumble. Could you imagine?
Dude, I can't.
And they high five afterwards. He does the Buffer 360. And then it would show that they're two way different people. You know what I mean?
You get Michael Buffer in a white tux, black bow tie. Bruce Buffer,
black tux,
white bow tie.
Bruce's suits have been on point of late.
They have been on fleek,
Foley.
Like the kids are saying nowadays.
Yeah,
it's on fleek.
I'm sure that's what they're talking like that. Yeah, spectacle of a fight. I'm hoping it is a fight though.
Yeah.
At least for a bit of time.
You know the video we just watched, the little fake promo thing? Conor did say something that made me think. It's no boxer has fought a style like Conor McGregor.
No.
So it's gonna Conor's gonna have to act fast. If he's gonna win, he's gonna do it.
It's gotta be early.
It's gotta be early, because if you let Floyd adapt, he will zero in. I feel like.
Absolutely. I said in one of our videos, I think he's got maybe 4 rounds to pull it off.
Yeah. Then
he's gonna start adapting. Mayweather will adapt to his style, and because he's the best defensive boxer to ever step foot in the ring.
Yeah.
And that person will adapt for sure. Because, look, after he said that in that video, he said, you can't. He said, you can't prepare for a style like mine. I looked over to you and said, you can't prepare for it, but you can adapt to it.
Yeah, and I think that's what's going to happen. That's what I'm calling right now. I don't think it's going to end in a knockout. I think it's going to go to the cards, and I think Floyd's going to get it.
I think that's what's going to happen too. But
it's not what I want to happen.
But could you imagine?
Lay it on him, Quinn. Lay it on him.
All right, back up a little bit.
Lay it right on him.
Could you imagine if he just starches him. Just murks him. Cleans his chin. And he flatlines right there.
Straight
Not like
up,
dead.
Like Clorox bleach cleans him.
But, like I said, if he goes... Even if Conor just drops him to a knee, and they have to do the count to 10, but he gets back up, but it counts as a knockdown. Everybody in the country will sit up in their seats like, oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what just happened? And then he will have won right there.
Oh, no doubt. Because then
he's like, I touched him.
And then, like, that mind game, he'll just be talking crap the whole time. Like, he's got to.
It's like even after the fight, he'll be like, now imagine what I could do if I could kick you. Imagine what I could do if I could take you to the ground. I'd kill you.
Good.
Like, let's have a proper knock under specific rules to keep you alive. That line is just badass.
Let them fight.
Seriously. Like, I get why some people are like not mad, but just kind of like, this fight's stupid. Yeah. But at the same time, I'm going, if you give Conor an absolute 0% chance, I just think you're uneducated.
Yeah.
In fighting. Like, if you gave him 5%, I'd be like, okay.
Anything can happen.
Like, even if you were like 2%, I'm like, okay. Like, because he is the best boxer ever, and he's never boxed in a professional boxing match before. But to give him a 0% chance, he comes from a combat sport where he is arguably, no, it's not even arguably, he is the most famous UFC fighter right now.
Oh, right now, okay.
Currently, maybe
at first,
ever.
I thought you were about to say he is the best pound for pound fighter in the history of the UFC.
No, currently, I think he is number 2.
I was going to stop you.
Currently, I think he's number 2. I think Mighty Mouse is number 1. But currently, you have to say he's the pound for pound best because he was a 2-weight champion. Simultaneously, for a period, he beat 2 champions in 2 different weight classes, and he went up to 170 and beat Nate Diaz. So you got to say he's in the talk for pound best right now. And Jose Aldo was the pound for pound best.
Yeah,
was
until he got clean.
And to give him a 0% chance and like an absolute 0, like even 0.5, I would accept. But to say
that's just not doing it justice.
And it's disrespectful to all the years that he's been training in his lifetime.
But wouldn't you?
Now the people who are saying that Mayweather doesn't know what's coming, like McGregor's going to come in there and just starch him and clean him, which we're not saying. We're saying we hope that happens. But people that are saying that are just McGregor bandwagoners. And just saying that, they're also uneducated, and that's also disrespecting everything that Mayweather's done.
Okay, but didn't you say if it was a UFC, if it was an MMA fight, that
it would be an absolute 0? That's not a disrespect because Floyd Mayweather has not practiced in Taekwondo, Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai. It wouldn't be an.
What if he did for a couple of months?
Like the same thing that McGregor's doing now. If it was a quick turnaround.
Yeah.
I'd bump it up to maybe 2%. Still, McGregor's been doing this for a long time, and Mayweather's 40.
Yeah,
you can't teach your legs to kick like Conor McGregor can kick in 2 months.
Right.
This fight's happening in 2 months, less than 2 months. It's like,
what's the date?
It's the 25th. No, it's 2 months. It's
what's the date?
The date of the fight?
Yeah.
August 26th. Today's the 25th, so 2 months.
August 26th.
When I heard that date, I was like, that's a quick turnaround.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what? But I was also thinking, I'm like, has Mayweather been training?
Probably
light training, not legit sparring, but I
think they probably knew a couple months back, but they just didn't tell the public.
And
yet.
They were just working out the money details.
Low key, yeah.
Well, McGregor's been preparing for this ever since he fought Alvarez last year. Yeah. This has been what he's wanted. Now, do you think... Now, he said he will, but I don't know. Say he beat... Like I said, this isn't a hypothetical. Say he beats Mayweather. Does he come back to the UFC? Like, where do you go from way up there? Like, a fight that ginormous. I feel like any fight in the UFC would feel like way less.
Well,
Hyping it up wise. Or it could be, they could sell it as, who can take down the guy who took down Mayweather?
yeah.
Like the king of the mountain.
Think of it like this. With the Marvel movies, every movie has been saving the world, and now they're going to bring it back home. With Spider-Man, they're going to bring it back down to just the neighborhood. Because it'd be the same thing. Like, he's going to go fight Mayweather. If he wins, then he's going to come back to the UFC.
It's kind of like the hometown hero of the UFC.
Yep. He's going to come back to the UFC, and he's going to murk some people, get some belts, and retire.
I'll tell you the fight I would totally watch if he beats Mayweather and comes back. Him and Diaz 3.
No. Oh, no. What if the Mayweather... So, at that fight, win or lose, Conor announces his retirement.
I would be disappointed. He's only 29. I'd be disappointed.
What if he retires because he's got a kid now, a very adorable little baby?
Dude, the pictures of him and his kid are hilarious. Like, he's treating him like a leprechaun, like with a pot of gold.
The kid's the pot of gold.
I love the way he holds him. Just like he holds him from like stomach, like forearm to stomach, like Simba.
Yeah.
And like Simba. And just the posts of him, like, with him on his shoulder, and the baby's left hand is over his shoulder, and it's just like, we can throw the left hand, like, better than any of them. Like, it's awesome. Do you think the kid will be a fighter?
No.
Eventually?
I don't think so.
Do you think he'll train and just not fight professionally? He's got to train.
I don't think he will go into combat sports. I think he'll do something like soccer.
It's a hard... It'd be like, imagine Conor being your dad and like
exactly.
following
like
that.
Always have to be
in his shadow.
Yeah, because you'll never like he'll never be his own person. Be like, oh, Conor's son.
Oh, isn't his name Conor McGregor Jr.? I'm pretty sure that's the kid's name.
Wait, is it?
I'm gonna look that up,
why don't you check your facts?
I'm fairly certain that it's Conor McGregor Jr.
Check your facts. But like, to always be known as the child of a champion instead
it's Conor McGregor Jr.
Seriously?
What a savage! Like, what a name though. Like, that name is such an Irish
Conor
name.
McGregor.
Like, I loved this dude when he first came to the UFC. Just based off his name. Like, when they announced him, like Bruce Buffer saying, he stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds, fighting out of Dublin, Ireland, the notorious Conor McGregor. It's just like, it's a fighter's name. It's like, when he was born, the legend tells
and it was written.
His mom and dad both have said, like, when he came out of the womb, he had closed fists, and the doctor said he's going to be a fighter one day.
Oh my god,
that's so awesome!
That's awesome.
Like that's a sign of a fighter.
Like, he punched his way out of the womb.
Like, just a front kick, like a thrust kick, just kicking on a door.
he used that overhand left to get out. Boom.
Nobody can take that left hand shot. Not even mom.
Not even me own mom.
Mom. All right, so yeah, this thing is just gonna be.
It's gonna be bananas.
Bananas. It's gonna be bananimals. I've never said that.
Don't
word.
ever say that ever again. Either on this podcast, in a video, or in life.
In life.
Never say that again.
I'm gonna pay whatever they ask.
What made you think I was okay to say that?
I don't know. I'm gonna pay whatever they ask for the pay-per-view.
Did you even think, like,
okay, can we change the subject?
I'm going to
We're
say
losing
this
listeners right now because of you.
Not because of me. Bananimals. Okay.
But even if the pay-per-view is like $170, I'll buy it.
170. hell with that.
You would totally buy it.
I wouldn't buy it.
You'll come to my house.
I'll come over here and watch it.
We have to record some sort of video. Like we need to record the whole fight, like a reaction to the whole fight. But if Conor like cleans him, we just like upload that part. You know what I mean? Or if it goes to the card, we just upload that part, like us watching the decision.
Yeah.
But like, God, that would be so like to see that raw reaction of like a bunch of people who all think Mayweather is going to win, and then McGregor just starches him.
See,
and
like,
we're all just like, oh.
I wouldn't like the fans that like are huge Mayweather fans. He gets cold cocked, and then the fans are just like, ugh, because that's boring. Like
that's why I'm not inviting those people.
Like, right. like for you and I and like our friends and stuff, like either way, like to see Floyd win, it's like, oh well, he's Floyd Mayweather. I understand.
Our social circle is way more MMA like fans than boxing fans. I respect the sport of boxing tenfold, but if you take a boxer and just real fight an MMA fighter, it's not going to end pretty.
Right.
It's just they don't understand. It's the whole difference between the footwork, the angles that they come at. It's a whole different game. But flip flop it, it's kind of the same thing. You put an MMA fighter who's preparing for kicks, grappling, and you say, all right, you can only use your hands. What? So it's definitely going to be interesting. Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. So Spider-Man Homecoming.
Let's switch gears.
Yeah, you brought it up, and we're less than 2 weeks away from this baby.
I will be in tears.
Make sure you're talking to the mic.
They can still hear me here.
Okay. I'm really close.
It's like right up in your grill. No, but with Homecoming, it's legit. I might cry a little.
Oh, I cried in Civil War twice. Once was when he was in his bedroom talking about how, 6 months ago, I got these powers 6 months ago, but, I can't go be on the football team, and I can't, because I can't do all this other stuff because that's not who I was before. But if somebody gets hurt and I had the ability to stop it, then that's it's basically the great power, great responsibility speech, but without saying it.
My Uncle Ben once said,
I wouldn't have bought that.
And then Tony was like, oh, look, just cuts him off.
That could have been funny. It's my Uncle Ben once said,
with great.
He's like, yeah, I've heard it before, kid. We all have. And then he winks at the camera. Or, I got it. It writes itself. So he goes yeah, my Uncle Ben always said, with great. And then it's one of those record scratches, and the screen goes black and white, and then Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool just kind of walks out. And that's how you introduce him into the MCU. It's just God. We've heard it 1,000,000 times. Don't say it. I'm going to skip forward 10 seconds so you don't have to listen to it. You can thank me later. And that's what happened.
And then he was shot.
Then he died.
Wait, hold on.
Sorry, go ahead.
Hold on. So, was Uncle Ben even referenced?
No.
I didn't think so.
I think they're going to reference him in Homecoming. Well, he's already dead.
Yeah,
He was dead when Civil War happened.
How do you think he died? You think he was
same
still
thing.
shot? You still think he was shot?
I don't think they're going to change it. It's he was killed on a boat. So that's why there's the scene in the movie where he's holding the boat together. I have to save this boat.
It's symbolic. It's I saw Uncle Ben on the boat, and I just had to save them all. But what if they wrote it to where they just got a divorce and he moved to Cancun?
I wouldn't like that. Or I could buy them. No. You know what? No. I was gonna say I could buy them. What if he worked for Oscorp? And it just tied it more into him not more organically finding the spider that bit him. It wasn't just a freak accident. It was more organic, but even something like that. Like Uncle Ben is the best character when he's just like a blue collar guy. Like my favorite Uncle Ben is still from the first Spider-Man movie.
Oh yeah.
He's the perfect. Okay, so those two are the perfect Uncle Ben, Aunt May from the cartoon. Or no, sorry, they're not the cartoon, the comic book.
Definitely.
Like when I think of comic book, I think of those two, and just how he called him Pete, and like, baby, that was sad. Both.
I cried there
when I was a kid. It crushed me.
Crushed.
Like, and might be the best acting Tobey Maguire does from that point to when he finds the killer. Might be the best acting he does in that entire trilogy. And I love the first two Spider-Man movies, but when he's walking up to that crowd of people around him and he's just like, get out of my way, that's my uncle, and he like it just collapses on him.
Right? I got chills.
And then like he stands up and his fist tighten, and he runs down the alley and he's changing into his suit and then just and he's chasing down the killer. It's one of my favorite scenes.
I like the acting in the warehouse when he actually. Now,
what about my uncle? Did you give him a chance?
Did you? But he really didn't.
He didn't kill him.
He didn't
kill him. It was an accident.
He didn't do anything.
Well,
really.
In the Amazing Spider-Man, did he ever find the guy? I don't think he ever did. He spent the first 20 minutes of the movie trying to find him.
But he didn't?
Yeah, because remember he kept chasing that guy
Oh yeah. I'm
with
dumb.
his description, and it was never the right guy.
I'm done. Yeah.
That movie's underrated. The first Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield is awesome.
You know what my favorite part of that movie was the end where he listened to the voicemail from his
uncle
from Uncle Ben, and he just.
It doesn't say great power, great responsibility, does it? They change it again, like they do in Homecoming.
I forget what he said, though.
He said, when he's like, blah, 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 you have a responsibility to do those things. Like, they change it. It's very, very small, but I guess they'll never say it again, like, that way.
Like, when he's on the phone, it was so heartbreaking. Because, that's the last time he'll ever hear his voice.
He accidentally deletes it.
Like a factory reset, gets a trade in on a phone. Like, no,
Uncle Ben. Yeah, I think he cries when he goes into the rice aisle. Hey, Peter, can you go to the store and pick us up some ready rice? What kind? Don't say it. I know. Just don't say it.
It's like, just kidding. Go get a lasagna.
It's like Uncle Ben. How do you feel about Italian food?
Chinese? Not rice.
Well, no, I don't think the ready rice is like Chinese. It's not white rice or fried rice. It's like, what is Uncle Ben's ready rice? Like, what's it for?
It's rice. You can put it in anything.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you can make it with chicken.
All right, we're not going to talk about food.
Okay.
We cannot talk about food this podcast. No. We talked about food way too much in the last one, but we are going to do that challenge eventually. I'm starting to write it down so that we should do the Tyrone Magnus self contract where we make a goal and sign it.
That's okay. That's all right. I don't want to sign my life away.
Okay, I said we weren't going to talk about it, but I do want to say this thing. I was in the store today, and I was walking through the Little Debbie aisle, realizing how many fucking Little Debbies there are. And I was walking around the store for an hour, and I got super hungry just looking at all the food and walking.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking, because that was the end of the night, right? Where we hit the Taco Bell and everything, and then got grocery store, and we just got junk food.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we will re-up our appetite by just walking around for a while in that store.
We need to be
running.
Get a stationary bike and just try to burn it off as we eat.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing the lift midday. Dude, that lift. I'm excited.
We're going to throw up.
No, we're not.
I will.
No, you won't.
I will.
Trust me.
No, I will.
Trust me, you
fine.
won't.
No, I will, and it's fine. I will throw up. It's fine.
Not with that. With that attitude, you will.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Do you want to throw up?
I might want to, yeah.
So you could just restart. Like, those calories don't count. You gotta retrack them.
Man.
We'll have to use the MyFitnessPal app for the complete opposite reason that it was designed. But I did it the other day, like, to see if I could get up to 50,000 calories, and we were up to 25,000 by the post-workout meal.
So it's possible.
It is very possible, and I think those Little Debbies, they're so easy to eat, they will add up really fast.
Okay.
All right, let's change the subject.
Hold on.
Oh, so now we're actually talking about this.
So is it 50 each or
Yes.
50? Fuck.
50 each. We discussed this.
I know.
I ate the first day I went down to Orlando for Universal Studios. I ate probably 14,000 in that day. But I felt fine. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now just push that 14,000 to breakfast.
Let's just eat the Little Debbies all day.
God, you'll never want to look at one again.
I know.
Maybe that's the key. Like, to stop eating junk food is just to go on this all-out binge. It's like alcohol. If you drink this one liquor and you puke it up, and you just the smell of it, you're just like, I'm done.
Look of it.
It's like you see. I don't want to ruin zebra cakes for me.
Like, if
zebra
somebody
cakes are
ever,
my friend.
Like, if somebody ever says zebra or cake or any
Turn on
form...
Animal Planet and it's like, not a good. Like, just a.
It's like, Alex, why are you gagging? It's just the Animal Planet. Like,
Zebras, just leave me be.
It's a zebra.
You just see a wild Swiss roll, like
just prancing, like the Swiss roll is in the tall grass, just prancing, and then it sniffs out a honey bun.
I was gonna say honey bun.
Or a bear claw, and then you
bear
just
claw is
see
perfect.
the Swiss roll take off, and the honey bun is just but just.
Oh, we need to make that video. That needs to be a thing. Crocky. But instead of crocky, he says like croissant. We got a wild Swiss roll. But that lift, that midday lift is gonna be legendary. I'm
sorry.
Just keep imagining the Swiss roll bouncing through the grass.
Well, then now I'm thinking like if you fall asleep, you count Swiss rolls.
They bounce over the fence.
Like 1 Swiss roll, 2.
Oh man!
Look out! It's a bear claw.
That's your nightmare. Dude, the last podcast, there's a part where we both were looking at the computer, and because we were looking through the Little Debbies, and Honey Buns showed up, and we both saw it at the same time. We both saw it at the same time, and we both, in the same way, went, oh, Honey Buns. Like, we got sexual about it.
We're so fat.
No, we're not, but we will be after that.
Our spirit is fat.
Oh, forever.
Yeah,
it's lifeblood.
Like
my lifeblood is
fat.
No,
it's your life fat.
My lifeblood is like, ketchup. My muscles are made of McNuggets. But seriously, though, in all seriousness, I think we can pull this off. I don't think you will throw up. I really don't. If we pace it the exact right way, we have to get this down. I feel like it even might be a good idea to not build up to it per se, but test our tolerance level one time before we do the challenge. Not go full on hog. Poor choice of words. Not go full force, but just test the waters of how much we can go. And if we start feeling sick, it's okay, that's the limit there. And then we wait a couple hours. Okay, that's the limit there. But just kind of but the next time we could probably go a little bit further. We definitely need to water fast and eat lettuce the day before. That's it. Water fast and iceberg lettuce, like competitive eaters do. Mm-hmm. And just stretch our stomachs out so it's sliding down our gullet. Mm-hmm. I think that, like I said, the post-workout meal is going to be the most exciting. The Chinese buffet, post bench press, deadlift, squat or leg press, just heavy shit workout, than just Chinese buffet. Like, the amount of carbs to protein ratio and the sugar, it'll just be amazing. So Spider-Man Homecoming, we drifted. Sorry.
It's okay.
I get thinking about Little Debbie's, and it's just all I think of is a prancing Swiss roll. Now that's all I think of. And that could be a T-shirt eventually. Keep that in the back burner. But let's just talk about Spider-Man, because we were kind of bouncing the Spider-Man. The Tobey Maguire Spider-Man will always have a special place in my heart.
That was my first Spider-Man. I mean, like, for most people, my first encounter with Spider-Man was that movie, and then I found,
something better,
some comic books and stuff, and then the video games really got me into it.
Even the movie ones for Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, exactly.
Spider-Man 2.
Dude, that was like the first time where you could like free roam.
Yeah.
With Spider-Man.
I don't know. My favorite Spider-Man video game still might be Web of Shadows.
Web of Shadows?
It's so cool. I think it's so underrated, and it got some critic backlash for some reason. I don't understand it. But that one, and no. My favorite is the Spider-Man PC game.
I was gonna say
from like 2000. It was one of our first reaction videos.
Didn't you download a beta? Not a beta.
It's just the demo.
Like a demo for it.
I can't find I can buy the real one, like a disc, but it's like $60 because there's like so few, and if someone has one, they're selling it for like low supply, high demand kind of deal. But
$60.
If I just find $60 laying around, I might get it because it's such a cool game because it's got like all the villains, but Doc Ock is the main villain. But he's supposed to be reformed, like he's a good guy.
I had that same game, but mine was for
PlayStation. Yeah, the PC. There was just something about the PC for me with those kind of games that if you beat them, you felt like accomplished, like really accomplished, because it's harder.
I still felt accomplished.
Oh yeah, but like there are some missions in that game that were hard as
They were hard. They were hard. Yeah.
But just Venom in the game, and Carnage, and Mysterio, and Rhino,
Scorpion,
and there were all like the like different Marvel characters, like Captain America
Daredevil.
made an appearance. Human Torch was in it, and like at the end, you were playing cards with Captain America, Punisher, Daredevil, Human Torch, and Punisher goes like, you better stop it, Daredevil. You've been looking at my cards all night. Like the kind of humor that when I was a kid, I didn't get any of those.
You didn't understand it, yeah.
Or when like Venom was scary in that game, like with the way his teeth were, just. But then he kind of like became a joke cracker when he became like the anti-hero in it, like when he worked with you. He goes like we need like all right. The imposter was a shapeshifter, so it's got to be one of two guys. And it's like, the Mighty Thor. You out of your mind? Don't answer that. Galactus. And he just like saying these things, and then, all right, we got to go to the Bugle. Jameson. We hate Jameson. No, you idiot. We got to go use the database to like find out, where this warehouse is. Oh, are we gonna surf the web? Can we just go already? Can we go? And then they get there. It's like, surf the web, surf the web. Shut up, Brock. We don't got time.
Surf the web, surf the web. He's waving his hands. He's surf the web, surf the web.
Like,
that's funny.
But if that was in a movie, I'd be like, fuck this. What is this? But in a video game or a comic book, you let stuff like that slide. Especially a video game, because it's not like canon to anything that you super care about.
Right. But then Spider-Man 2, that game. Yeah, the game. I put in so many hours.
Like Skyrim level hours?
The Skyrim level hours into that game. Because there was just so many things to do, and
it was the first free roam.
You upgraded your abilities, and you could you could get pizza and go across town.
Those were fun missions. I had Spider-Man 2 for both. I had it for the PlayStation 1, I believe. Was it PlayStation 1? I had both at one point.
I think it was PlayStation 2.
I can't remember. I had both.
I think it was PlayStation 2.
But I also had it for the PC. They were completely different games. Same story. You know, you had Doc Ock, and then Mysterio's in it, and Rhino's in it at points. But it wasn't free roam. On each building, there was a little web icon, and you had to roll your cursor over it. Like, it was sort of free roam. Like, you could, but that's how you swung. Like, you swung from one web icon to another web icon, but you would go into areas of New York, so like loading the Bronx, and you'd have like a 500-foot by 500-foot area to just roam around and do crime missions and stuff, and you could walk wherever you wanted to.
Spider-Man 2 on the PlayStation is all fair game.
Yeah, and it's how every Spider-Man game is now. Actually, not every Spider-Man game. Spider-Man, oh my god. It's the one where you can be like all 4 different kinds of Spider-Man because it travels through time. Like Shattered Dimensions. Where you can be like Spider-Man Noir, 2099.
Miles Morales?
No, there was another one. Why am I forgetting this? It was like it was the symbiote. So it was like Amazing Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man, Noir Spider-Man, and the Spider-Man Noir is cool. Like it's like Splinter Cell Spider-Man, and then 2099.
Dude, Miles Morales is going to be in this movie.
No, he's not.
Didn't they say like? There was a trailer that we watched, and
that was the video game, the PS4 Spider-Man, where at the end. It's
that's right.
Where he's like, Miles, come on.
I mixed it up.
Yeah, but I was just about to talk
cool.
about. I wish they made like can you imagine like an Arkham style Spider-Man game, but with Spider-Man 2099.
That'd be sweet.
Or just do a Batman Arkham game, set it 100 years later, Batman Beyond. Dude, Batman Beyond was awesome.
Very much.
That was people
So
talk
much.
about like MCU being the first connected universe. Incorrect. Everybody forgets that the DC like cartoon universe was all connected.
Yep.
Like the Justice League TV show was connected to the Batman TV show, connected to the Batman Beyond TV show because the older Bruce Wayne was the same Batman from the animated series. And like it was so cool. And like they were even Justice League. I don't know if you remember this one, but there was a Justice League episode that basically closed out the Batman Beyond series. There was like time traveling or whatever, and Terry McGinnis, Batman Beyond, like he came home to like Wayne Manor, and Bruce Wayne looks even older than he did like in the Batman Beyond series.
Yeah.
And he's just giving him the talk. Well, he finds out that Bruce Wayne's his dad, and he's giving him a talk.
Spoiler
or whatever.
alert.
Seriously, it was like early 2000s, late 90s. But he's giving this talk. It's like you should have called. Like it's still like Kevin Conroy like voice, like, but he's like this 100-year-old geezer. I made you soup, but it's cold now. And it's like I got a call from Kent. Like he nothing like catastrophic. He just wants your opinion on something. Told him you meet him at like the tower or something. And then he's about to leave. You should eat something. Keep up your strength. I'll do it when I get back. You're a stubborn piece of work. Just like my old man. And he like whispers under his breath. And then it just shows him like gliding over the city. Like,
yeah. It was good. Dude.
The Batman Beyond suit was amazing.
Quality cartoons.
We don't get...
They don't make cartoons like they used to.
Not even close. I had this conversation with somebody the other day. It's like, not even just superhero cartoons. Just cartoons
regular
across
cartoons.
the board.
Yeah.
Like, I will never understand Adventure Time.
Me either.
I will never understand cartoons nowadays seem to adapt, and if you have it, they're perfect for you. But it seems like every cartoon nowadays is for kids that have major ADD or ADHD or something like that. There's just no middle ground. It's
they just don't make any sense.
They're super just crazy hyperactive shows.
Yeah. Just
to distract children. Back in the day, like SpongeBob, it had its crazy episode every now and then, but it was just funny.
Like, it was just but
I watch SpongeBob still.
SpongeBob was linear.
Yes.
Like with the episodes, the story, the plot, it was.
Easy.
I mean, I know, but
plot.
what plot it had, it was linear. You know, it was.
And we always got 2 episodes in one.
That's right.
It was always 2 for the price of one.
It was back to back because, like, the episodes were 20 minutes long.
Like the total, they were probably like 25, and then each one was like 12-ish. There were 2 episodes. It would be like a 30-minute show with commercials, probably about 25 actual minutes of show, and then it was 2 episodes in the show, like ripped pants, and then it would end, and then immediately as it was over, the next title card would come up like rock bottom. You know what I mean?
Man, I remember when shows did that back-to-back episodes. That was cool. I'm not sure if they still do that now.
Well, not very rarely, but like even like on Nickelodeon, like I would get in this rut in the summer where like SpongeBob would come on and it'd be like 4 hours straight of SpongeBob, and I would get pissed off when it was over, like, and it changed to something, and I had to get like readjusted to whatever the next show was, like. But if it was like Jimmy Neutron or Fairly Odd Parents, I was cool.
Oh yeah.
Like I was like, all right, like now we in this.
Those
now
were the shows.
We doing business.
Those were the shows that definitely did the back-to-back episodes. Like it was always a twofer.
I'm not sure Jimmy Neutron. I can't remember if Jimmy Neutron did.
It was a twofer.
Okay, because Fairly Odd Parents for sure did. Sometimes like Fairly Odd Parents had really quick ones, but they would like back to back sometimes.
Like 3. Now you're
scooping some bullshit.
But and then the all-day marathons. Dude.
Or the Jimmy Timmy Power Hours.
Dude.
I lived for those.
Dude.
Like, when they first announced it, I was freaking out when I was a kid. Like, because SpongeBob will always be my number one. Everything else playing for second. But the race for second was really close between Fairly Odd Parents and Jimmy Neutron. When it came to Nickelodeon shows, at least.
And then when it came together. Dude, that was epic. Like
it'll never beat the first time. It was still cool, but they did it like what, 3 times? I think
so.
Yeah, I think it was 3. It'll never beat the first time because it was just like holy, and like Timmy was getting with Cindy.
Yep.
Yeah, and I don't think Jimmy was getting with anybody. Like, no. It was like, why did Timmy become a player?
Oh, and then it was Carl and Sheen.
Yep. Carl Weezer.
Yep.
And I can't remember Sheen's last name.
Sheen. It's Charlie. No.
What?
No, I'm wrong.
And Sheen was always obsessed with Ultra Lord.
That's right.
And what drink did they drink? Because it purple flurple or
purple lurple.
It was like flurple or some. It
was so bananas, but
it always looked so good, like quenching.
What was it? Now it's gonna bother me.
I got you.
You got it.
It's purple flurp.
Purple flurp. We were close.
I was looking for like Nurple, like purple Nurple. That's probably what they were like. It was like a double entendre.
You know, the one episode I will always remember was the candy episode.
Yes! I always wanted that candy where he makes the perfect one.
The perfect candy. And then he made the ones that, like, shock people.
Well, you know that I feel like that episode was like a say no to drugs episode.
Or it was...
Like, it was like a kind of a... what are those things? Messages that are hidden?
Subliminal?
It was like a subliminal message episode because it's right around that age for us where it was like, you know, I'm not saying drugs were like huge, but we were all getting those say no to drugs talk.
When Dare was big.
That was so stupid.
Dude,
I'm sorry.
Lion. That actually increased drug use.
Exactly. Because people were just like, sounds like a challenge to me.
It's like, challenge accepted.
I'm going to go home and smoke a bowl and
shoot up.
Like, all the characters in the Dare thing, it's like, dude, if I got high, these things would be so much cooler.
It's like, why is a lion talking to a piece of pizza? You know what? I'm gonna get high.
It's like, wait, am I already high? Joe Rogan talked about the one of the commercials, like the Say No to Drug commercials, and I was crying laughing because he was saying like it was the one where the girl comes home, and the dog hops up on the counter and just starts talking to her. It's like, hey Lily, I wish you wouldn't smoke weed so much. You know, you're never the same when you smoke weed. It's like, that's a bullshit commercial, because that girl's not smoking weed. Because I'll tell you one thing that never happens when I smoke weed, my fucking dog doesn't talk. That girl's on some PCP, or she's on bath salts. Her fucking dog is talking to her. And it's like, really? Like, I'm not the same person. Why don't you stop eating your own asshole?
It's like, wait, you can talk this whole time and you didn't say anything? Like...
I mean, yeah, that episode was totally like, because they all got addicted to the candy.
Yeah.
And they had to lean them off it. It was completely that. Like,
no, they didn't wean them off of it.
Yeah, they did.
It was a shock therapy. That's not weaning it off. That's like
a cold turkey.
Well,
or shock turkey.
No, it rewires your brain.
Okay, either way, it was like rehabilitation. They had to go through rehab. It was like,
essentially, yeah.
So basically, what they were saying is like, you do this, and you are gonna have to go through hell, to get off of it.
Well, wasn't there an episode of Jimmy Neutron where, like, one of the Carl or somebody turned into like the Hulk or something?
Damn, I think it was. Didn't they all get like superpowers in one episode? They all became super. Like they went to an island or something.
Yes. They all got superpowers.
Sheen could stretch or something. I think.
I forget what they had, but one of them was like the Hulk, and they had to like.
I think it was Carl.
Help the government to like contain the Hulk.
And then there was one episode where Sheen got super smart and his brain grew.
Yeah, and
he could float.
His actual head like grew and.
Dude, the movie though. The
movie was good.
I'm going to look that up too because I can't remember. I want to say the movie came before the show because the movie quality isn't as good as the show quality.
I don't think you're right, but I'm not going to say you're wrong.
It definitely didn't come after the show. If anything, it was in like the middle.
I think it was the middle.
Well, I'm looking it up.
Okay. Or the pants.
Nope, it was before the show.
Really?
2001 was Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius, and then The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius was 2002 to 2006. When you look at like how short shows were on, and you thought they were on like way longer, you know what I mean?
It's crazy.
Like here, like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Do you remember the pants? Like when the pants came to life, because he wanted to make clothes that
was scary.
They wanted to make clothes that could fold themselves and clean themselves. Well, they decided that pants were going to take over the town.
That was like a big episode.
It was big.
There
like they hyped it up. They had promos for that show.
I remember
for that episode.
I remember that. Like it was subliminally in my head. I remember like the pants episode.
Yeah.
Then there was another episode, and I can't remember what it was, but it was like a TV movie for Jimmy Neutron, where he was almost like James Bond. You kind of remember?
No,
you kind of remember what I'm talking about?
He did that.
When Pants Attack. It was the first episode of Jimmy Neutron.
That was the first one.
Yeah, it was the When Pants Attack.
Oh man.
Well, so that's why it was hyped up so much.
Okay, that makes sense then.
And then there were always the, the big. Not the big ones, but like the episodes where the egg people would come back from the movie. Can't remember what they were called.
I know what you're talking about.
The people, the aliens from the movie that came down. Those always freaked me out when I was a kid.
Yeah. It's kind of scary.
Sheen Estevez. That was Sheen's last name.
Estevez.
Yeah. I'm trying to like find this episode.
Emilio Estevez.
Now I'm just looking at like some of the episode names, and I'm remembering like Crunch Time. I'm pretty sure that was the candy one. Journey to the Center of Carl, where they went inside him.
Oh yeah,
because he ate like a chip or something.
No, it was like antibodies, and they kept multiplying.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
He like ate something in his lab that he wasn't supposed to eat.
Yeah.
dang, like there's just the mighty Weezers. Attack of the Twonkies. The Twonkies.
Oh,
There's something in your head that's sparking right now, and you're trying to remember it.
I can't. Like, if I saw a picture of it, I might geek out.
Damn, why can't I remember this? It's really gonna bother me.
The Twonkies.
My Big Fat Spy Wedding? That was it! My Big Fat Spy Wedding. That was it.
That was it.
Well,
I'm right.
Yeah. But, God, that show and Fairly Odd Parents and SpongeBob, those were the big three.
And then you had your ones like Danny Phantom.
Those were like, you know, they'll never be SpongeBob or those other ones, but they'll always hold a place.
I feel like the shows like Danny Phantom and the Teenage Robot.
My Secret Life as a Teenage Robot.
They
were for us as we got older. They were introduced to us as we got older. Isn't it crazy
to think about, like, the companies that made these shows basically followed our generation?
Oh, yeah.
Like, they made shows when we were babies, or
Blue's Clues.
Some Blue's Clues, Dora the Explorer, you know. And
I'm not ashamed to say I watched Dora a little bit when I was little.
Don't remember if I did or not.
It just got too simple for me. Like, it's like, where? It's right behind you. It's right behind you. Turn around. Like, at least with Blue's Clues, you had to sit down in your thanking chair and thank.
Yeah, but with Dora, that show would just make me so angry.
Plus Steve in Blue's Clues. Like,
I was
just saying, he was another reason to watch it.
Yeah. But Dora the Explorer, that show, I swear, like, enraged me. Like, I should not have been as mad as I was, but I was so just irate at, like there are 3 places we have to go. Where are they? And they're literally, you can look behind you in the horizon.
Here's the thing.
See your last destination.
It would be so... I would get mad at the repetitiveness of Dora, but I would not get mad at the same stuff for Blue's Clues. Like, Blue's Clues could get away with it. Like,
they couldn't. Because
listen,
with Dora...
Listen to me. God damn it, listen.
Okay.
With Blue's Clues, you had Steve, and the songs were actually catchy and good, and the guy could sing. In Dora, it was like, backpack, backpack, backpack. And I heard it every episode, or I'm the map. It was so simple. I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map. That's not a song. You're telling us you're the map. With Blue's Clues, it was like, here's the mail, it never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. When it comes, I want to wail. Mail.
How you still know the words?
Dude, that show had a huge... I went to the live show. Like, they had it at, like, the Aronoff Center. They had the live Blue's Clues show. And then I had my own thinking chair in my house. I was balls deep. I bet you I'm the first person to ever put that in a sentence together.
I'm not sure, because wasn't Steve a pedophile?
No. God, no. I gotta hate when it was in one of those Facebook timeline rumor things. It's like every couple of years it says that he died. Do you remember that? Like, it would always say, like, Steve from Blue's Clues is dead. It's like, and then he would tweet. Like, I follow him on Twitter. It's funny. Like, he'd be like, still alive, still here.
Yeah. I also have a thinking chair right now. It's my toilet. That's my thinking chair.
He was raising us. Like, do you remember the Blue's Clues episode when it was Blue's birthday?
I don't remember episodes from it, like, because it was just so long ago. Just
vivid colors and like.
There's a lot of good colors.
Yeah,
I learned my colors.
Colors. The Blue's birthday episode had an impact on me because it was always cool because it started off. I don't think it did it when it came on TV, but if you had the VHS, it started off.
Was Blue a girl?
Blue was a girl. Magenta was a boy. It's the way it was.
I know.
Because like
I know, but
because even in the show he was like, "Come here, girl."
It was just odd. I don't know because like when I was younger,
that was a really good.
When I was younger, girls were pink and boys were blue.
They were setting us up for gender equality.
Blue's Clues predicted all this
Bruce Jenner
or not
Jenner.
No,
The gender.
the only
conundrum.
reason I said that is because you just said it. No, all the gender, I don't know what you want to call it, muddiness, like.
That's probably not a good word to use.
No,
Gender equality.
I wouldn't say
Gender fluidity.
That's it, fluidity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was trying to prepare us for it. I don't think that was the goal, but
No.
like Blue's Clues was just so legit. Like, but the birthday episode, it always started on the VHS. I watched it probably like every day. You ever like when you were super little, you'd have like did you ever have a VHS that you'd watch like every day?
Lion King.
Every day it was Lion
Every day.
King.
All my brothers.
That's a long 2 hours.
All my sisters and my brother know every word of that. To that, all the songs.
Because you just go, Lion King, Lion King. All right.
God, you were normal yesterday.
But the beginning of the episode would always start with, like, it would be normal, but it would start with a group of kids watching Blue's Clues. And then Steve, like, was like, hey, can you use your guys' help to, like, come up with a birthday song for Blue? And he Blue Skadoos into their living room. And so he's in real life with these kids.
Blue Skadoos out of here.
He's in real life with these kids in their... No, come on,
Hold
man.
on.
I was in a roll.
All right, go ahead.
He Blue Skadoos into the real world. He's with these kids in their bedroom. And now that I think about it, I'm saying that it was probably weird. But he comes up with a birthday song for Blue and a dance. And no, he had the song. He needed the dance, and they helped him with the dance. It was,
I don't remember,
like,
so this is all you right now.
Have a happy birthday. You will have a great day too. Everybody play. It's Blue's special day.
All right.
Happy birthday. And then blow out the candles, and they would like go down to their knees. And maybe this
what
was
episode
weird.
are you watching?
But then he Blue Skadooed back into the
Ladies and
blues
gentlemen,
world.
in this podcast, we are now discovering how Steve was kind of a pedophile to a certain degree.
Hey, he was just there for the paycheck.
This is an epiphany right now. See, like the more you talk about it, the more stuff you say.
Do you remember the episode where it was like the Christmas episode, but they like visited all their neighbors' houses?
No,
you don't remember this one?
I don't remember.
But each neighbor was a different like nationality. So like the one neighbor celebrated Hanukkah, and the other celebrated Kwanzaa, and each neighbor was a human with a cartoon dog, and it was different.
I don't remember.
God, man, I was balls deep in Blue's Clues. Apparently, I was steeped in Blue's Clues lore.
What if
the Blue's Clues cinematic universe, the BCU?
God, you're an idiot.
Hey, I bet you there's somebody's gonna comment on this like, yeah, Blue's Clues for life, bro. Maybe
No,
I'm just getting my hopes up.
I don't think so. I think we just lost subscribers and listeners.
Wow, thanks.
No, but I think I'm going to use that term from now on. Like, I'm a Blue Skidoo out of here. I'll Blue Skidoo. That's why I was laughing.
Yeah.
Like, I'll Blue Skidoo to the store real quick, and then I'll Blue Skidoo over to you.
Girl, I can't wait to Blue Skidoo you. Yes. Oh my.
So Spider-Man Homecoming.
Spider-Man
Bouncing Swiss rolls.
Bouncing Swiss rolls. I really hope no one like just entered the podcast at that time. Like Spider-Man Homecoming, bouncing Swiss rolls. Speaking of Spider-Man though, and cartoons, the Spider-Man animated series from like the early 2000s, and I think it was late 90s. I want to say it was late 90s too.
Yep.
Was just badass.
I loved it. Not so the one with the theme song that
Spider-Man.
Yeah, that one.
Radioactive Spider-Man. And it was like it would start off like with an electric guitar riff, like but it would be the Spider-Man song, like but that there was just something about the way the show was set up. Like it would always start so peaceful, and then there'd be an incident. It's almost like Law and Order. There'd be an incident. You'd have to be Spider-Man.
There's a formula.
But it was just like this was a way to introduce the actual villain for the later battle in the episode. Like, there's one episode I will never forget of that original series of it wasn't the OG, but like that series of Spider-Man was the Hobgoblin episode. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Because I remember him because I watched that episode like out of random, and I hadn't seen the one where there was Green Goblin, and Norman Osborn. So he goes, "What?" Like he sees the glider and he's like, "That's impossible. Like it can't be Green Goblin. That's impossible." So something must have happened. So it's piqued my interest. I'm like, now I got to find out what happened to Green Goblin. Like, what the hell?
What was that series called?
Just Spider-Man.
Okay.
Like, it was literally just Spider-Man.
I think I'm gonna try to find it.
I don't know if it's on Netflix, but if it is,
dude,
what? We might have to like stream it. Like,
dude, if it's not on Netflix or it's not on Hulu or something,
probably it's got to be on Cody. Everything's on Cody.
Oh my god!
Sometimes I forget that. Like, I'm like, man, I wish I could find that show. If only there wasn't this amazing service when you have a jailbroken Amazon Fire Stick. Wait a minute. What am I saying?
Did I ever tell you about the time I got rickrolled on the Cody?
No.
So,
you found a buggy link?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time that I'm
Put your hands together.
So, for those of you that don't know, actually, I had surgeries on my hips last year.
You can find when that was.
Yeah, it was when we did the reaction to The Walking Dead.
Well, that and like all the reactions where we're on a couch, that's while he was doing the surgery.
I couldn't do anything. But there was one day where I'm just sitting on my couch and I was just going crazy. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to watch the Batman animated series.
Oh, that's so good.
Because it was so... I mean, I remember watching it when I was a kid. And I was like, oh, dude, like, Cody's got it. Let's do it. So I go to click on the first...
Holy shit. This happened to me, too, with the same fucking show.
Exactly! So I go to click on that first link in that very first episode, and it played the intro music.
Yes.
And then it instantly went to Rick Astley. Like,
yes.
And it played the whole song.
Remember.
It played the entire song. And I sat there and listened to the whole song.
It's like, well, I've been rickrolled, so you got me.
I didn't know if it was going to play the episode after the song. It didn't.
I thought you were saying, like, they rickrolled me, so I was going to give them the courtesy of listening.
No.
It's like when you get iced.
No, but seriously,
still?
I was so... I was angry, but then I was like that.
Like, you got me.
Yep. You so got me.
Like, now, if that never happens on YouTube anymore. Ever.
Let's bring it back.
No, let's not. Like, you just got iconic comicked. It's just us on repeat. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? What's up, guys? What's up, guys? But what's funny about that story...
What was funny about that story, though...
I hate you.
...is that when I backed out of that, I went right back into it, the same link, and the episode actually played.
What?
Yeah.
What's funny about that story is that the same thing happened to me right after I broke my foot. I just had this itching to watch the Batman animated series. And then you know what I watched after that? Batman Beyond. I watched both. And wasn't there a Batman Beyond? Yeah, I did watch that Batman Beyond Return of the Joker.
Yep.
Fucking badass. It was so good. But yeah, I do remember that happening to me now. It was like 3 years ago when it happened to me. But damn.
Oh shoot.
How
long have we been going?
I really don't know, to be honest with you.
I'm gonna check. This is the first time that we've got the video element, so might run out of time on our SD card. And what's the verdict?
It's like 104.35. So
all right, let's go ahead.
It's about a clean hour.
Yeah, well, we'll go ahead and close this one out.
Well, all right, guys. We hope you had fun listening to episode 4 of the On Your Left podcast with Iconic Comic. Make sure you guys check out our other episodes, and you can do all of that on iTunes or YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to us both places.
And if you go on our website, iconiccomic.com, and click on the link podcast, you will find all of our episodes.
Yes, you will. And, ladies and gentlemen, we can tell you with all certainty by the end of this week will be our t-shirt giveaway.
Dun, dun, dun.
We are super, uber, duper, uber, big titty stoked about this giveaway.
What made you think that was an okay thing to say?
Because I am savage as
What
fuck.
made you think that was, like, this is going to be cool to say?
I'm savage as
You're
fuck.
an idiot. No, but what we're going to do,
okay.
we're going to make a video. We'll be announcing... What?
I guess you're just doing this now. I guess I lost my privilege.
No, go ahead. Don't cry about it like a baby.
Oh my god. No, go ahead.
Okay, so we're going to make a video. We'll be announcing the t-shirt giveaway, and we will have more details about that in the video.
Yeah, we'll do an unboxing so you can see the t-shirt. We'll put the t-shirt up on our website. Once the giveaway's over, you guys have to show us the love that you want these t-shirts. Because we're going to do a pre-order, and you'll be able to get your own. But you'll be able to look at it on our website after this Friday. We'll get it up there so you can see what you're entering this giveaway for. Yeah.
You know what we need to do is actually use our logo on YouTube and Facebook now.
Yeah, we do. It's just kind of... It's going to be hard. I'm just saying it's...
Because our old logo was just...
It is a cool logo still.
One. All right, let's
we just gotta make sure we keep it in the database. All right,
let's do it.
So yeah, guys, if you're on YouTube, make sure you like,
comment,
share,
and subscribe.
And if you're on iTunes, make sure you subscribe to us as well.
It's only one.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe to us as well on there.
All right, guys. So make sure you stay tuned.
Stay iconic.
And cue music.
Holy Grail.